open my eyes in the morning, I ask, how can I honor me today?
Oh, I love that. That is so nurturing and so yummy. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, it is.
love that.
So whatever it is, whatever goes wrong in relationship, whatever, I have me. So
Yeah,
if I'm honored, so even if someone said anything bad about me, it doesn't affect me. It just goes because it's like I'm honoring me.
that's
And it's not in a place of separation, it's from inclusion.
yeah. And we're always the last people we forget about. So it's like, I think there was a quote by Gary Douglas, like, we're always fighting against us. Why don't we start fighting for us? And yeah, I love that because you're not taught that. And if we could teach this to our kids or our teenagers, like I feel like they wouldn't have the self-esteem problems or the depression or like be so in charge if a boy doesn't like them because that rejection. Okay, welcome to another edition of the Relationships Done Different podcast. I'm Justine McKell, and joining us today is Anna from, whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Wow. I am so fascinated. I tried to do research, but I was like, it's all in Arabic. I don't understand anything. So, you know what? Can I just start off by asking you like a little bit about how you came across the relationship done different tools and what really pinged for you? Like, why you're like, I'm on this journey.
To begin with, like around 6 years ago, I come across the tools of access consciousness online. And then it's like that like the tools of access helped my relationship. It's like gave me peace where I live because I'm from the Middle East. So, and I was like, what I like about the relationship done different because it's digging more about relationships and it gives me an ease and it's not for a specific area or a specific race. It's just like a general tool that makes it easy for anyone to use it.
Yeah.
Like in my part of the world, like I'm 36 years old and I live with my family. So these tools just gave me peace, and it's like between the Western world, Eastern world, and just to live with ease with all of that together.
Yeah, and can you talk, like, I feel a little bit ignorant, but can you tell me a little bit more about, like, yeah, what is that? What is relationships like over there? Is there rules, or you're saying you live with your family, and then also a relationship with a other man or woman, whatever that is, like, how is that different from like America or Australia?
What's different here is like it used to be arranged marriage for a long time. It's like if you can get the concept, and it's like the family approval of it. And with a lot of my generation, we got the education outside of the country. For example, I got it from the state. So it's like we have this, and we have the media, and we have the ideal idea that you're looking for a man, and it's all together. So the tools of relationship and different made it easier to meld all of the structures there between this and that. Other than that, it's like nowadays it's like no, there's no more of arranged marriage, but it's just like if I got a boyfriend or I have a love life outside of the family approval, it's just like it's it's not publicly. So like I don't go out with my boyfriend. I can have it, but it's like there's ways of it.
Yeah. And are
So
you,
that brings me to a tool that from relationship than different honoring.
yeah,
So no one is right, no one is wrong. It's just like you honor the culture and honor you honor the relationship, and
yeah.
you honor it. So there is no much fight of it.
Yeah. So you're saying, yeah, by honoring it, just yeah, you're honoring. There's no, so you are being smart about it. Like there's no conflict. You're just doing what works. It's pragmatic.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Exactly. There is.
and do you have a partner at the moment or a boyfriend?
No, no, I don't.
Yeah. And what about you were talking, which I'm fascinated about, because I actually lived with my family for a long time. And is there like how is that for you right now? And what are the tools that you use daily to deal with family? Because they're the people that can get on your nerves the most.
Exactly. I love the 5 elements of intimacy.
Yeah.
I love them, and they're honoring, trust,
Yeah.
gratitude, allowance, and what is the fifth? I use them every day.
Honoring, trust, allowance, gratitude, vulnerability.
Vulnerability, exactly.
Yeah.
So I love to use these every day and remind myself of them, because these 5 elements is like it gives me first. So if I'm having me, it's easier to be pragmatic with everyone else around me.
Yeah. And what you said is the missing ingredient, because I think most people don't look at it with, you don't wake up, you normally wake up and you're in reaction mode, but you're saying like, no, first off, I have it with me.
Yes, first I have it with me. And it's like, it's not about hating the other. It's not about if they don't have the same mindset, they're wrong. But it's like these tools, like these elements, it just makes me smarter around it. And it's like I deliver what I want in a much easier environment.
Yeah.
And being interesting point of view to the whole culture. I'm 36, I'm not married.
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of things, and it's like I love my business, I love my life, but it's like with these tools, you don't need anyone to understand that, and you don't need to fight everyone to have me.
Yeah, I love that, because I'm sure, yeah, that is that a big part of what's happened with you using the tools. Like there's not so much fight and reaction, like
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. And we're speaking with a lot of the different relationship done different facilitators. So the topic you wanted to talk about, why no is not a bad word, and I found this really interesting, because it's not something that you hear often. Like if someone says no to me, I go into a wrongness, or it's not something that I want people to say. But can you talk to me a little bit more about that topic?
Yes. Starting from like when I said the 5 elements of intimacy, like now I live with my mom as an example. It's like she asked for a lot of things. And it's like in my culture, it's like saying yes to your mom. It's a way to go to heaven. So I learned that if I'm just saying yes for the sake of yes, I'm doing things out of obligation. Not because I want to, not because of God, not because of the family, not because of everything. It's just obligation. And that obligation started, like, I started to have a fight with myself. I'm fighting everyone around me because I'm just saying yes for the sake of yes. Moving forward is like when I had relationship and stuff, if they ask me to do something that I'm not there's no honoring of me doing it, when I say yes, it's just like bring this shame, bring this burden over my shoulders. Yeah. So I'm not the kind like that, like I'm not kind of doing that to myself first and then the other person, because I might hate them without knowing the reason. It's just because I said yes when I didn't want to say yes. So no, it's not a bad word, but it's mostly people, they say no when they are against the other person. So always it comes from fight. Yeah. The word no needs a bit of being nice with it and a bit of manipulation. Because when we see no, it's like the vulnerability comes out of us. Yeah. And being like in this millennial era, they said about it, is like the girls are like, they run the world. So like, no, it doesn't need to be like that. No could be a no. I can't today, maybe not.
Yeah, I love that. And there's also that exercise that I've heard, go out there and get 5 people to say no to you today, which I always think is so interesting. Like, because I'm always up for a challenge and I haven't done it yet, but I think that's such a great exercise. So you're just like, how can I have fun with it too?
Exactly. It brings a level of vulnerability. And at the same time, there is no expectation of it. So you learn, it's like people, they're like, even it's like you ask people and they said no, it's like it's about them. And it's not because that something is affecting me or because I asked for that request. It's just like maybe they can't do it today. Maybe it's another day. There's a lot of things. So it just makes life easier. When you say no and you hear no, and you remove the expectation out of the equation.
Yeah.
And it's a good tool to put ourselves out there in the world.
Yeah.
Let's say for dating, it's like most of the people they met other, like if someone is like, if I went to a date or someone went to a date and the guy didn't call, they just go to their mind, maybe they didn't like me. If you like that man, just be in question. I ask him, just be an example or a model for something else. And if he said no, it's okay. Just you did it and you put yourself out there, and if there is no expectation, you can receive you always.
That is such a hard one because I'm married now, but I was eternally single for ages and ages. I just wanted to be in a relationship. And I remember I went on many dates, like through dating agencies, online dating, through friends, everything. And what you talk about, that having someone say no and that rejection was for me the hardest thing. Like I would on a date try and say, I was so not myself. I'd try and answer or questions that they asked me based on what I thought they wanted to hear or what they wanted in a girl. Like, oh yeah, I play tennis. Oh, I'm the best cook, when I don't even really cook. So I was so not being myself. And then when they said no at the end, or they didn't call me back, or I really so just beated myself up the whole time. So I think that is a huge one. Like, how can you have ease with dating?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It brings so much ease to the equation. I'm 36, so like I've been in a lot of these relationships, and it's like no was like shutting me down, because I used to be, it's like what they want, I did everything that they wanted. So like there's no me of receiving me. Like hearing someone saying no with no expectation, I can be me more. So it's like I had more ease at that area, because now I can say no too, and it's like it's not about anything of that. And it shows, and I can talk about myself more because working with access consciousness, I travel a lot. So it's like the ideal relationship, you stay with that person, you're not just like every other week you're traveling. So I used to hide that side of me when I see a guy, because he won't think of it like a good marriage of like if the person is always traveling. It's like I love that. I can talk about the thing that I love.
Yeah.
And the thing that makes me happy.
Yeah. And what you said, like you are able to say no too, because I think that's a big one. Like I'm always so nice, but then I put myself, I wouldn't say in pain, but like I'll do anything to please the other person. So at the end, like I won't say no, even if I don't want to do it. And at the end, it's only really hurting me. So I guess under all of this, what you're talking about is, having a really great relationship with you.
Exactly. Yeah. And if I can have a relationship with me, it's much easier to be with everyone.
Yeah. And for someone that's really single and that's like, I guess kind of in pain because they see all their friends in relationships or going to barbecues, or they're idolizing it, or, what would you say to them, like to the single person who's looking at a relationship? Yeah.
I would say it's like there's nothing that you don't have it today. That it just, because it's like if there's a bad luck or a victim, you just didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
Or you didn't like it's like in my place too, it's like whenever something that I don't have it because I didn't ask for it, or I'm not willing to be it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that question, when they have it in their life, it's not okay, oh we did everything, or it's like what is, no, it's a very opening door for acknowledging what it is, so we can do something about it. Yeah. Or we can ask about something about it.
Yeah. And I'm going to just ask you a few questions like before we wrap up, but like if someone is wanting, I guess, more ease with their family, like I know a lot of girls have issues with their mums, like is there a tool that you use that has created ease for you that you could share?
Interesting point of view. I have this point of view, and like you don't say it out loud. It just is like in your head or between you and you.
Yeah.
And just if she says that she doesn't have money, don't go against her. Say it's like, oh, you don't have money. It's like a mother or a father or anyone wants to take care of you. They just want to talk. Just let them talk. Be an allowance to whatever they say. Even if you say yes, no, whatever, it's just like you be in a place to hear them.
Yeah.
They don't want an advice. They don't want someone to fix them. Don't be the fixer.
That's so funny. You just go straight to that. I know with my husband, he doesn't want me to fix anything. And he actually gets more cranky when I try and provide a solution. He just, just wants to talk.
Yeah, just like let them talk.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't need to hear, but just like show that it's like you're interested to whatever they say. Even in relationship, it's a good method with couples.
Yeah. And how would you describe relationship done different, like the program, to someone that's never heard of it before?
It's a really pragmatic tools that starts with you and then spread to everyone else. That it's like it's shine, ease, joy, and glory in every step of it. It doesn't matter your story. It doesn't matter what happened to you. It just takes you in another place. And it's a journey. Even the tools of relationship, they're different. It's a journey of learning about yourself and everyone around.
I love that. That's such a great description. And for you, what is the tool that you use daily? Like your favorite relationship done different tool?
I told you it's like the 5 elements of intimacy. And I start up, I like when I open my eyes in the morning, I ask, how can I honor me today?
Oh, I love that. That is so nurturing and so yummy. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Love that.
So whatever it is, whatever goes wrong in relationship, whatever, I have me.
Yeah.
So if I'm honored, so even if someone said anything bad about me, it doesn't affect me. It just goes because it's like I'm honoring me. And it's not in a place of separation, it's from inclusion.
Yeah. And, we're always the last people we forget about. So it's like, I think there was a quote by Gary Douglas, like, we're always fighting against us. Why don't we start fighting for us? And yeah, I love that because you're not taught that. And if we could teach this to our kids or our teenagers, like I feel like they wouldn't have the self-esteem problems or the depression or like be so in charge if a boy doesn't like them, because that rejection, I remember I got that as a teenager. I was like, I want to throw myself off the cliff and, I don't want people to go through that pain. So if we just had this, that we could, help them, or just like, hey, have I honored me today? That's just, I love that question. And then you talked about like how you say that every morning when you wake up. Can you take us through a typical day for you? Like from, what's a typical day in the life of you?
It's like I'm gonna say like when am I in my hometown Jeddah, I wake up in the morning, I take an hour to do nothing. I don't check my phone, I don't check email, I stay with myself. Yeah. So I go to the gym because I love working out. It's something that my body loves it. And then when I come back from the gym, I start to do my work and stuff. At night, mostly it's like I watch TV or I go out with my friends, and I work with access consciousness. So sometimes at night, I have classes or stuff.
Yeah. Wow. What you said, taking an hour for you in the morning, that just shows how much you are honoring you. Like, I think I need to take a leaf out of your book because I go into reaction and kids and school. And, I know it's different, but like that is so nurturing. Like you've honored yourself. And then after that, whatever comes your way, it's like, that's so cool.
And that's because I travel a lot. Yeah. Even when I teach classes, I make sure there's an hour before I take my shower.
Yeah.
I run to a class, so like I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, I take my hour, then I start to wrap for the day, and I see people and I engage with everyone else.
That's so cool. You've got and then a great relationship with your body, and you're feeling good. And I love that. And Anna, if people want to find out more about you or follow you for tools or maybe take a class with you, where is the best place to find some information?
My Instagram account called Joy by Anna.
Mm-hmm. And
here's like my latest classes and stuff. And there's my account in Access Consciousness website, Anaa Abulfaraj, and or a Facebook page is the same, Anaa Abulfaraj.
Excellent. And we'll put all your details in the show notes if people want to start following you for tools or for live events. I just want to say it is a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the Relationship Done Different podcast.
Same here. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.